What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Tom Fly, and today we're going to review of one of my favorite movies of Phineas and Ferb of all time, of all years ago. I did a favorite songs, and then until then, it finally came out. Not this year, like last 2 years. I've been excited. I was so happy, and I enjoyed it. It was Phineas and Ferb Candace against the universe. Now, let me tell you about it. That movie was really good with Candace in it. It's all about Candace this time. Candace is all about herself because he doesn't. Because I mean, sorry about that. It's all about you know the story, right? It's all about Candace is because she doesn't even care about her brothers is because she doesn't have a great summer. She doesn't have a great time, and after all that, she was upset because she didn't tell mom about everything. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." But now it just happened. But now I cannot believe it. But let me tell you, Phineas and Ferb and Isabella, Baljeet, and Buford helps. I think I made that mistake. Phineas and Ferb told Isabella, Baljeet, and Buford to help them, trying to find Candace. Is because they've been worried about her because they because they were because they've been helping her. They've been worried about her all the time, and I because it just reminds me like my brother and my sister because because I just feel like the same way because the way I feel was worried. And that happened before. But not at all. I feel great. But not at all. And after that, they created a portal to go to the Viva Oot in a robot cluster. And you know what's funny though? They say that 5 times fast. And even 12 times fast. And then all of a sudden they come to the portal, and then they saw Norman and Doofenshmirtz. And I'm like, what the heck? How did they get in there? But they're still in Danville. And also don't forget Perry the Platypus, known as Agent P. I just cannot believe it. Agent P is still in there. A Major Monogram and Carl. And also Jeremy, Stacy, and the Fireside Girls, and Vanessa. And so Candace was going into this planet and not helps to meet that alien girl because I don't know what her name is. I keep forgetting. Anyway, after all that, they have a good time. It's like girls' night out. And then Isabella toward not this one. Doofenshmirtz helps Phineas and Ferb, Isabella, Buford, and Baljeet to build a rocket ship. Well, they didn't build a rocket. They got the Rocketinator. That was so funny in this part. So I love that part. That part was so good and really, really intelligent. But I'm going to say this. That was really good. Okay, seriously. Sorry about that. Anyways, like I told you, Perry was sneaking to them because they won't recognize their Agent P. As like secret agent, like for their whole family, because how did they know their identities? Is because, you know, it's because I watched Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, and then Phineas and Ferb and the whole family knows Agent P. I mean, how? Oh, I think I know. Because of the Initiator. Because they made that is because they won't forget about Agent P as Perry the Platypus, like Secret Agent Perry the Platypus. Because and now they got their memory erased, and then now this, and then I just couldn't stand it. So right now in this movie, Candace Against the Universe is different. It's all about Candace. So, and after they went to that planet, and they look at the alien fortress, and they goes, and I was like, wait a minute. And then that was so funny. I could have laughed so hard. And then and Phineas was like, does anybody hear else a strange, ominous tone when they look at that alien fortressy thing? And I was like, and then he's like, and then he looks down and he says, but only to like we at it. And he goes, I could hear it when I look, and the whole gang did it. It was like a lone tone. That was so funny. I could have laughed it. It was so funny. I could have laughed it. It was so funny. That was funny. But after all that, all this blah blah blah, Phineas and Ferb and the whole gang saw Candace, and Phineas and Ferb tries to open Candace's gift, but Candace doesn't even care. She doesn't even care her own brothers. Because I just cannot believe it. That happened before when I cared about my brother and my sister. Because I really cared about them so much. Just like in this movie. Like Candace, she doesn't care about her own brothers. Sorry. It's because she doesn't care her own brothers, and she doesn't want to go back to Earth. She just want to stay in this planet. But I was surprised, and she is the queen, the chosen one. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. She's not the chosen one. She is Candace, Phineas and Ferb's sister. Come on. But now, the guards took the gang away, except Phineas and Ferb. They took them away. And Phineas was all like, Candace! And Candace was all like, she kind of feel bad about what she did to her own brothers. Just like I treated my brother and my sister. But just like I did it, I guess. Anyways, I was about to say, I didn't know, but it just comes together. I just knew. But she was being a jerk. She was being a jerk. Like being jerked to her own. Let me tell you this. On that day, like I told you about Candace, she was being a jerk to her own brothers, Phineas and Ferb, just like I did to my brother and sister. But I always treat them like that, just like in the movie. But I'm not a jerk, and so did Candace not. But right now, she changed her own mind. I just knew. The way I see it, the movie is all about family. Well, most of it. But But I gotta say about it, that movie was really good, and the best part was can't I mean Phineas and Ferb telling Candace what's wrong. She was so ashamed. She was saying about those mean things, that awful things she said. After a long time, she'd been ruining everyone's fun. She's not the chosen one, and she's not special. She was really upset. I just couldn't. I was upset about that. That part was made me sad. And then after that, Phineas and Ferb holds up a present, and then after that, Candace opened the gift, and then she got a mug like world's biggest sister. And then, and the best part, she pressed the button, and then there was the past of the episodes of Phineas and Ferb. I was like, whoa! I was like, I could not believe it. And then Phineas says, "It's all the things that make you the coolest person we've ever met. You kick butt, you rock out, and you can always make us laugh. The kind of laughter's worse stuff out of your nose. Summer wouldn't be no fun without you. We just wish that we can see you the way we see you." And then Phineas always said, "You may not be the chosen one," and Ferb said, "But we choose you as a sister every time." And then Candace was happy. She makes her a better sister by her own brothers. And I could not help it. I just really cared about my brother and my sister so much. But I've always had fun. And I cannot believe that Candace says, "I know what we're gonna do." They saved the world. And then Phineas was all like, "Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about." I just cannot believe she said it. I cannot believe she said it. I was like, wow, she said it? She said it! I loved it when she said it. But after all that, what's funny part about Buford? He brought the canoe. Why would Buford bring a canoe in part of the movie? That is so funny. And then that was really cool and funnier. And then it was funnier. The hands, and then the guys from the cast. That was so funny. That was written by he was the voice of Doofenshmirtz and the others. And then he's like, exactly what you're saying. And then they're all like, and we push back into the storyboard. I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't stand it. It was so funny. It was so funny. It was so funny. It was so funny. But I loved it. But you know what? I loved it. And then all of a sudden, she brought a shotgun, and then all the aliens says, "Candace, Candace, Candace." And I was like, okay, why did that always said that? That doesn't make sense. Why? Why? But right now, I loved it. But right now, I loved it. That was so funny when it says Candace, Candace, Candace. I'm like, but I was so happy. That was really funny. But I gotta say, I loved it. I liked it. They did pretty good in this part. So yeah, I liked it. That movie. And that was so funny. The chicken replaced a nader. And then there was a giant alien, and then Candace shoots it and replaced it. And it saved the day. And there were some pretty good songs. So I love all the songs. Like Us Against the Universe and We're Back. So I love all the songs, all the songs that were back and more. So I like them, I like it, and they did pretty good. So, and that's it for today for my review of Phineas and Ferb Candace Against the Universe review. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it. It's really good. And I couldn't stand it because I like that movie. And it's on Disney Plus right now. And also, make sure you watch it right now before you watch the other Phineas and Ferb episodes, movies, and then now Candace Against the Universe. And with that being said, this is Tom on the Fly. And make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification. And with that being said, this is Tom on the Fly. Oh, and also quick description below. What do you guys think? Which character do you like the best of Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe? And with that being said, and I'll catch you guys later. And have a good night and take care.